This next feature is one for our busy bees. If you know you have a hectic schedule and don't have much time for cooking, here are some meal prep ideas to keep you going. Let's have a good look.
I'm going to talk you through one of my 7 marinades in the book. And the reason I'm so passionate about marinating is because it's something that's really so overlooked. When we set out to eat healthy and plan and prepare meals, one of the things most of us don't really think about is the importance of flavor, the importance of aroma, the importance of variety in meal planning. And this is what stops healthy food generally from being a long-term commitment, because if your food is bland and boring, there's pretty much nowhere on earth you're going to be enthusiastic about sticking to it. But if you understand the principles of incorporating different flavors, Asian flavors, Mediterranean flavors into your foods, and you can buy in bulk and do this all way ahead of time, then it takes the grunt work out of thinking about what to make for dinner or what to make for lunch. And you can marinate anything from chicken pieces through to fish. You can take frozen fish and put a marinade onto the frozen fish and just stick it back in the freezer. Don't let the fish defrost first. You can get meat offcuts. And the really nice thing about the acids in these marinades is it breaks down the proteins and makes everything really moist. So there's nothing worse than a dry chicken breast. Anyone who's ever dieted knows how tedious that can be. And when you understand what breaks down and how to really brine a chicken breast so that you incorporate the moisture, and once you've cooked it, you've got a really moist, succulent dish. So I'm going to take you through one of my favorite recipes, which is your fresh herbs and capers. And most of us don't think about using capers in a marinade. And capers will lend a really nice Mediterranean flavor, real depth of flavor to your dish. So what we've got here is some chopped onion. Now you can use red onion, you can use spring onion, it doesn't really matter. You can use good old brown onion. And I'm going to pop that into a bowl, together with some garlic. Garlic is entirely optional. And you can add chilies. You can really go crazy and make this your own. Of course, we're going to use salt and pepper. That's a given. I love using fresh herbs. What I've got here is some chopped parsley. And, use what's in season, use what's inexpensive, use what you've got in your kitchen or in your garden, and our caper berries. So caper berries come from the plant, the nasturtium plant, and I'm using the brine as well. So that's the vinegar that is in here. And then I'm going to add a little bit of white wine. Again, white wine is optional, but the acid in the wine is what breaks down the protein fibers and really, really gets into the meat. So this is our very basic acid-based marinade sitting right there. So simple. That took me all of 30 seconds to throw together. But here's the trick. So here we've got our protein, we've got our chicken breast. So what I want to do is just take my knife at an angle and score the chicken breast just a little bit so that our flavors and our acid gets right in there into the meat. This is something most of us don't think about when we're marinating, is we actually need to get right into the muscle there, and that's how we start softening the meat so that it stays really nice and moist when we take it out the freezer, defrost it, and pop it into the air fryer. Okay, so there we go. Now what I'm going to do is take a bag, and you can use a silicone bag, you can use a Tupperware. I love using these freezer bags because you can actually reuse them. I'm going to pile them in there, and then I'm going to pop this marinade straight in. Get everything nicely incorporated and really get stuck in. Make sure that everything is nicely coated. Pop that in your freezer, and next time you are searching for something to eat for dinner, take it out, defrost it, pop it in your air fryer for I'd say about 20 minutes. Just keep an eye on it, and off you go. You have got the most delicious meal that you can imagine. So anything that you've got sitting in your pantry, sitting in your fridge, don't throw it out if it's not off. You can make a creative marinade out of just about anything. And you can add your own personal touch. You can, go really wild. You can add your chilies. You can go crazy and make up your own marinades. Nothing needs to be thrown out.